Hey, everybody. It is your girl, Annette J. Morris, the owner and CEO of Go Get It LLC. Tonight, we are here to talk about streams of income grants. I know the last 2 days we shared with you all a workshop or online challenge that we did discussing the other streams of income. So, tonight, I want to talk about grants with you all. Talking about grants because grants is the big thing now. I get so many people calling us throughout the course of the day inquiring about grants. Can we write grants for them? What grants are available, so forth and so on. Many of you may or may not know, but grants were not a big thing at one time for-profit small business owners. Most grants were allocated to nonprofit organizations, those that had the 501c3 status, and like government contracts. So that's a different variant of a grant, but pretty much the same premise. It's money that comes into your business that does not require repayment. A lot of government contracts are reimbursement. So you provide the service or provide the product, whatever it is, and they reimburse you on the back end. Grants, they give you the money up front for your program, put into your business, whatever it is. And so tonight we want to talk a little bit about grants. Reason being is because I feel like, and I know from personal experience with a lot of people calling us, people may meet the eligibility criteria and feel as though they are ready to apply for grants when in all actuality they're really not, because the business is not structured properly. Either they're not registered with the Secretary of State or something else is going on where they have deficiencies which will hinder their ability to secure a grant. So let's talk about that a little while right now. And when I say the difference between eligible and meeting a criteria or actually successfully being able to submit a grant application, eligibility is, I'll use for example, Verizon had a grant, and like the qualification is you have to be a U.S. Based small based business, and I don't know all of the criteria for Verizon, but one of the grants that we just recently finished submitting, you had to be African American or of color, a woman-owned small business, so it had to be owned by a woman of color. At least 51% of the business had to be owned by one woman of color. You had to have been in business at least a year and not have generated more than $1 million, right? So that was the eligibility criteria. So if your business was owned by a woman, you were black, you didn't generate $1 million, you were a legitimate business, then you met the eligibility criteria. But some of the questions on the grant application would entail, like, what's your business's mission? What is your business website? Because I have quite a few people that call us and be like, well, I don't have a website right now. If you are a small business owner, when you first start your business, you should have some type of web presence, right? Even if you have a very inexpensive website that you create off GoDaddy using one of their templates, whatever the case may be, you should have some type of web page, right? Whether it's a 1-pager, 3-pager, whatever it is, start off inexpensive, but they need to see that you have a web presence online to see what your business does, who you are, those type of things, right? Very basic things. Register your business with your Secretary of State. It should be a legitimate business, not a side hustle, none of that, right? It should be an actual legitimate business. So make sure you're registered with your Secretary of State. Make sure you've done your annual report every year, right? Because the business, if you do not complete your annual report, then your business will not be in good status. So not in good standing. So every year you should be doing your annual report to make sure you remain in good standing. Secure your EIN number. So that's at irs.gov. You get your EIN number. So when you first start your business, you should have your articles, you should have your EIN number, you should have a business checking account. That's another thing. Once you get your articles, EIN, you bring that to the bank, you open your business checking account. The next step would be to have a business website, right? If it's no more than informational, right? This is what we do. These are the services we provide. This is who owns the business. Like the very basic, specific stuff, you should have a website. And then make sure you develop your social media platforms, because that's another thing that they ask for. What is your business Facebook? What's your business Instagram? Those type of things, right? And it should be something separate from your personal page, right? And I'm going to say, unless you use your personal page to promote everything about your business, a lot of people promote them partying, celebrating all the other things or whatever, and barely talk about their business on their personal page. So if that's your case, then make sure you have a business page set up on both Facebook and Instagram, right? So making sure you have some type of blueprint or imprint out there, whether it's a website, not whether it's, so you need a website and you need the social media presence to represent your business, right? Then also the mission of your business, right? Why did you develop this business? Talk about who is the business designed to benefit, because anybody that starts a business is designed to meet a need. So who is the population that you're meeting a need for? Why did you start the business? What are you compassionate about? How is it benefiting the community that you're in? Because these are a series of the questions that they ask, because you got to realize it's a grant review board that's reviewing those grants. So they're looking for stories that's tugging at their heartstrings so that they can approve them and fund them, right? Fund those particular businesses. So I know we just submitted, one of the young ladies last month has a boutique, but she's been passionate about helping women to build their self-confidence and their self-esteem. And she know that that's done when a woman feels good and she looks good, right? And so that's the reason what motivated her to get into the boutique business, because she likes to boost the confidence of women, helping them to feel good and look good. How she contributes to her community: she donates to the community, she feeds the hungry, and also she hires people that are from socioeconomically disadvantaged, low-income backgrounds, right, and make them her employees. She trains them to do all the things that she needs to do, but she's giving back to the community and leveraging the business to do so. They ask those type of questions. So you want to have your mission statement developed. You want to have the story about why you started this particular business. Who is it helping in a community? All of those things are questions that they typically ask on grant applications. And if you haven't created your story or don't know how to respond to that, those have to be more than one sentence, one word answers, right? Yeah, no, I started because I want to make money. That's not gonna wash. So you have to be a storyteller, in other words, in order to respond to these particular questions on these grant applications. So start sitting down. If you have never done it before, you need to focus on doing just that. Start sitting down, figuring out what's the mission. If you don't have a mission statement for your business, create a mission statement. If you don't have a vision statement for your business, create a vision statement. Your business should have cores and values. These are things like background, backup things that you should have from the very beginning of your business, right? If you are awarded a grant, what would you use it for, right? How is it going to help your business to elevate, or how is it going to help you to scale that particular business? These are all things that they're typically asking in grant applications. Again, grant writing is not rocket science, but you do have to know how to adequately answer and respond to these particular questions if you want any chance or probability of successfully submitting a grant application. So y'all, get focused, get these grant applications in while the money is flowing, helping small business owners, helping Black-owned businesses, helping businesses of minority-owned businesses, those things, right? We don't know how long this is going to go on, but while it is going on now, you do want to take advantage of it, right? If you need assistance with submitting grants, if you want a grant written for you, if you want assistance with submitting grant applications, we do provide those particular services. And we are creating a community for small business owners to help you all with applications every month. Help you all with grant leads every month, because a lot of people are like, where do we even find grants? We get tons and tons and hundreds of grant leads that we've put together in the ebook to help small business owners out every month. So if you join the community, you'll have access to all of that, hundreds of leads. You'll have access to us assisting you, walking you through the process of completing grant applications. Q&A, you'll be able to ask us any questions as it concerns being able to complete grant applications, so forth and so on. So I hope that this has helped you in some way, making sure you have the fundamentals for your business before you even transition or sit down into trying to write a grant or complete a grant application. Because again, if you don't have the fundamentals, you could still be eligible and still won't qualify for the grant because you don't have the fundamentals. So making sure your foundation and your groundwork is done, complete. Take your time out to do that. Again, create the story behind why you started that particular business. Who is it supporting? What would you do with the additional revenue that you're asking for in grant funding? So again, if you ask for $10,000, what are you going to do with the $10,000, and how is that going to help your business to grow? Be prepared to tell all of those in a story format sit down and get all of that together, because again, most of the grants are going to ask those particular questions. So you just want to be ready. And if you have all of that somewhere stored, I don't care if it's in the notes in your phone, a document in your computer, whatever it is, have it somewhere and have it stored. So when you sit down and complete applications, you can just copy and paste those into the slots where they ask those particular questions. All right. So hopefully that's helped y'all some. I am out of here signing off for the night, and that the go-getter, Morris, and that's it. See y'all tomorrow. Bye.